Alright, so there are all different types of form fields that we can add into here. What I'm showing you are some of the more common ones. I'm going to show you two more fairly common options that you're going to want to probably have in most of your contact forms. So let's go ahead and take a look at those now. What I'm going to do is, actually let's go ahead and just delete all this so we're not getting confused by all this code. And I'm going to start with just my form tags right here. And right in between there, I'm going to add the last two elements that we're going to take a look at. And one of them is called date. So you've probably seen it before, maybe if you're booking on a travel website and it says to and from, what dates do you want to stay in and what dates do you want to leave. This is a little calendar that pops up for you. Now there's very little coding that's needed for this because a lot of it's built into HTML. It's really one of the cool things about HTML is that it has a lot of built-in things. And I'm going to use Dreamweaver to go ahead and add that little cheat sheet in there. And what do you know? I've got another input here, and the type this time is date. Now again, just to refresh, input we did a type as text, we did it as radio, we did it as checkbox, and now we're doing it as date. It's a very, very simple little form field right there. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save and come back to my document. I've still got all that information. I'll hit refresh, and now you can see I didn't add mmdd. It's just input date. Now if I come back over here, you can see I've got the little option there to click on the drop down. It adds the current month as by default, and I can go ahead and scroll through it. All this is built into HTML. This is so cool. Alright, one last thing that I want to show, and it's probably the most important thing in here, and that is your buttons, your submit button. You need to be able to submit that form. You need to be able to tell it to send or to post or whatever it is that this form is doing. And we can do that right into here. Dreamweaver has two different options. There are buttons where you can say maybe the button is for upload or something else. Maybe it's not the actual submit button itself. So there is a slight difference there, but we're going to go ahead and hit submit button. And what do you know? Another input here. The type is equal to submit. Again, nothing crazy going on here with the code. I'm going to save my file and I'll come back up and I'll hit refresh, and there's my submit button. Now, it added a little question mark up there because it didn't really know what to do with this. We just have this form that's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything. But this is how my form would work. Now, what we can do is, like we looked at with tables, you can start to put these different elements into those different table cells to make it look all nice and neat. So you can say like what the field is for on the left, and then put the text area or text field on the right. Same with the date picker, all those kinds of things. The table would make your form look nice, but as we get into other videos, like I said, we can look at CSS as stylizing this, but all those elements so far should have come together to basically help you build any web page that you need to build.